next goes to inflorescence. So what is meant by inflorescence? Now see here, beauty of a flower. What it is called as? Beauty of flower. Beauty of flower comes due to two reasons. Comes due to how many reasons? Two reasons. What is the first reason why the flower looks beauty? Means here the petals as they are colored, as petals they are colored, due to which that flower looks beauty. And what is the second one? Means arrangement of flowers on floral axis or inflorescence axis or peduncle due to which the beauty of flowers are came. That means beauty of flowers comes due to two reasons. One, the petals of a flower as they are colored, due to which it gives rise to beauty. And second one, the beauty of flower as the arrangement of flowers on floral axis or inflorescence axis or peduncle itself, it gives rise to beauty of flower. Can you tell me what is the definition of inflorescence? Arrangement of flowers on floral axis, on inflorescence axis or peduncle itself, it is called as inflorescence. Itself it is called as which one? Means inflorescence. Can you tell me in this inflorescence, what is it is called as? Arrangement of flowers on floral axis or inflorescence axis or peduncle. Means think this one is the inflorescence axis. Think this one is called as which one here? Inflorescence axis, or also called as a floral axis, or also called as a peduncle, Now, on this peduncle, a small leaf-like structure is developing. That leaf-like structure developing on peduncle is called as bract. On peduncle, small leaf-like structure is developing, that is nothing but bract. If a bract is present, then that flower is called as a bracteate flower. In floral formula, it can be represented with Br. If bract is absent, then it is called as ebracteate flower. In floral formula, it can be represented with EBR. That means, what is the original function of the bract? That means, the original function of the bract, it decides the position of a flower. Original function of the bract. It decides the position of flower. It decides the position of flower. It decides which position? It decides the position of which one? Flower. That means if bract is absent, whether the position of the flower can be seen? Yes, it can be seen. That type of flowers are called as ebracteate flowers. Bracteate flowers which shows bract, it decides the position. Ebracteate flowers means bract is absent, but we can see that position of the flower also. And now the stalk of the flower is called as pedicel. The stalk of the flower is called as pedicel. If the flower contains pedicel, then it is called as pedicellate flower. Then it is called as which flower? Pedicellate flower. If the flower does not contain pedicel, it is called as sessile flower. It is called as which flower? Sessile flower. If the flower contains stalk, that is nothing but the pedicel, it is called as pedicellate flower. If they does not contain pedicel, it is called as sessile flower. It is called as which flower? Sessile flower. On this pedicel, small leaf-like structure is developing, that is nothing but a bracteole. Small leaf-like structure it is developing, that is nothing but a bracteole. And that means if bracteole is present, that type of flower is called as bracteolate flower. That type of flower is called as bracteolate flower. In floral formula, it can be represented with BR, EBR. In floral formula, it can be represented with which one? EBR. If there does not contains bracteole, then it is called as ebracteolate flower. Ebracteolate flower. In floral formula, it can be represented with EBRL. In floral formula, it can be represented with EBRL. If the flower contains bracteole, then it is called as bracteolate flower. It can be represented in the floral formula as BRL. Now, bract is present upon which one? Now here, bract is present upon. Bract is on peduncle. Bract is on which one? Peduncle. Bracteole is on pedicel. Bracteole is on pedicel. Bracteole is on pedicel. Now, this peduncle, can we call this peduncle as a modified stem? Can we call this peduncle as a modified stem? Peduncle as a modified stem means yes, peduncle can be called as a modified stem. Reason, growth is carried out by terminal bud. Growth is carried out by terminal bud. Now here, flower is a modified stem, can we call? Yes. Flower is a modified stem. Flower is a modified stem. Why flower is called as modified stem? Why? Because in this shoot apical meristem, converts into floral meristem. Converts into which one? Floral meristem. In this, flower is a modified stem and it is also called as a shoot. Which one is modified into floral meristem in this inflorescence chapter? Means shoot apical meristem converts into floral meristem. And here the stalk of the flower is called as pedicel, as you already know. On the pedicel, bracteole is present. If bracteole is present, then it is called as bracteolate flower. It can be represented with BRL. If bracteole is absent, then it is called as ebracteolate flower. Then it is represented in the floral formula as EBRL. Now, apical portion of the pedicel is condensed into. Apical portion of the pedicel is condensed into thalamus. Apical portion of which one here? Apical portion of the pedicel is condensed into thalamus, or called as torus, or called as receptacle, On this thalamus, where nodes and internodes are very far from one and each other or very closer to one and each other, means on this thalamus, nodes and internodes are very closer to one and each other. That means this Thalamus, it is differentiated into how many nodes and how many internodes. This means thalamus is differentiated into 4 nodes and 3 internodes. Thalamus is differentiated into 4 nodes and 3 internodes. That means first node, it is occupied by calyx, or in floral whorl called as sepals. Second node occupied by corolla, in floral whorl called as petals. Third node, it is occupied by androecium. Third node, it is occupied by androecium or stamens. And the fourth node is occupied by gynoecium, or also called as pistil. So here thalamus, it is differentiated into 4 nodes and 3 internodes. First node is occupied by calyx, in floral whorl called as sepals. Second node occupied by corolla, or also called as in floral whorl called as petals. Third node occupied by androecium, or also called as stamens. Fourth node is occupied by gynoecium, or also called as pistil. In this calyx and next goes to corolla, they are called as accessory organs. They are called as accessory organs or non-essential sex organs, are also called as non-essential sex organs. And next goes to androecium plus gynoecium. They are called as essential sex organs. Essential sex organs, which plays an important role in reproduction. Which plays an important role in reproduction. Now, flower shows how many sides means flower shows 2 sides. Flower shows 2 sides. This side is called as posterior side. This side is called as posterior side, and this side is called as anterior side. This side is called as anterior side. What is meant by anterior side? The side of the flower present towards the bract. What it is called as? Side of the flower present towards the bract is called as anterior side, and the side of the flower which are facing peduncle. Side of the flower which are facing peduncle itself, it is called as posterior side. That means flower shows 2 sides. One side, it is nothing but anterior side. Anterior side, it is nothing but the flower which is the side of the flower which is facing bract, it is called as anterior side. The side of the flower which is facing peduncle itself, it is called as posterior side. Now here inflorescence. Now can you tell me how many types of inflorescences can be seen? Means 2 types of inflorescences can be seen. One it is racemose inflorescence. One it is racemose inflorescence, and second one it is cymose inflorescence.